Welcome, everybody. Are you serious? Good morning, everyone. It's sorry I'm a little bit very tired this morning because very late broadcast last night. But we want to thank Wayne for getting this information to me this morning. But we've had a mega earthquake and a massive tsunami wave, and I'm going to tell you about this. First, put a shout out for noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Did you know that Noble Gold's team of precious metals experts have helped thousands of worried investors like yourself to build and preserve wealth through times like these? Find out why gold, silver IRAs are the answer, really, to inflation and this current financial situation. What you should do is take the time to talk to the personnel over there at noblegoldinvestment.com about precious metals experts today. Let them help you. Matter of fact, Colin Plume and his associates are waiting for you. Call them today at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. Now, for every person who sets up a gold or silver IRA worth $20,000 or more, they're going to give you this beautiful 3 ounces of pure silver, the Silver American Virtue coin, 3 ounces. Thomas Jefferson on the front, a beautiful coin. It'll be yours with your rollover of your 401k. This will really get you started in the right direction. Stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding with the current Biden economy, and let's get things turned around. At least preserving your wealth, and you can even increase, as the price of silver is certainly going to be going up, and expect gold to as well. That's noblegoldinvestment.com. All right, guys, here's the situation. We have, according to the earthquake map, we have a 7.5 mega quake has hit Tonga. Of course, we all know that underwater volcanoes there. We're trying to get our hands on exactly where in this process it happened. Excuse me. Early morning this morning. Late night, I should say. But from what we're finding out here is this was a mega quake this morning. And it is of biblical proportion. And what we're praying is that there is a tsunami wave. It has been observed just a few moments ago. This is very, very fresh information. Now, here's what's happened. This 7.5 earthquake that hit Tonga was 24.8 kilometers deep. And already there's been aftershocks. In Vanuatu, not far from there, a 4.9 hit. And in Indonesia, a 5.0, but I don't think that one has anything to do with the Tonga one. But then a Tonga aftershock has just hit 5.1. So this 7.3 mega earthquake, 7.5, another report says 7.3, 7.5 mega earthquake has created a tsunami. Now, let me give you the tsunami report. Give me just a moment. Again, thank Wayne for getting this information to me. I want to thank Heidi for waking me up and getting me recognizing what's happening here. And if it's okay, I'm going to work with just a little coffee along the way here so I get this correct. And here's what we're finding out. Hang on a second. I got some more information on this phone as well. Oh, and the same time this was happening, it's tied. We had some solar flares happening the same exact time, which makes you wonder, did they push the earthquake over the edge? I mean, that's something we don't know. I mean, but according to Wayne, there was an M-class solar flare which did disrupt radio waves and created a blackout. And there's even health alerts connected with this M-class solar flare. The same time that a 7.5 earthquake then hit momentarily right after that in Tonga. So could there be a connection there? We've always believed that they could be, and BP Earthwatch always believed there could be, so I want to thank Wayne for getting this information to me. Here's what we're finding out. An earthquake, 7.5, has occurred the Tonga Islands on this Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. God bless you guys. A tsunami wave has been observed. Based on all available data, hazardous tsunami waves are forecasted for several different coasts in that region. The tsunami waves are forecasted and to be above the tide levels. American Samoa, there is a tsunami headed in your direction. How big, I'm not sure yet. It just happened. Cook Islands. Also, tsunami warning for Fiji, for the French Polynesia, for the Kermadec Islands, for Pkwy, for New Zealand, for Niue, for Samoa, for the Solomon Islands, for Tokelau, and for Wallis and Futuna. Again, tsunami warning. A tsunami wave has been observed. The size of the tsunami, they don't know yet. They're studying the buoys as we speak. And this tsunami wave is headed for the American Samoa, Cook Islands, Fiji Islands, the French Polynesia Islands, the Kermadec Islands, the Pkwy, also New Zealand, Niue, Samoa, the Solomon Islands, Tokelau, and Wallis and Futuna. Now, the actual amplitudes at the coast may vary. So in other words, the size of the tsunami could vary based on whichever coast it hits, according to forecasted amplitudes due to uncertainties in the forecast and local features. In particular, maximum tsunami amplitudes at tolls and at locations with fringing or barrier reefs will likely be much smaller than forecast would indicate. For other areas covered by this product, a forecast has not yet been computed. The forecast will be expanded if necessary in subsequent reports. Government agencies are responsible for the threatened coastal areas should take action to inform and instruct any coastal populations at risk in accordance with their own evaluations, procedures, and levels of threat. Persons located in threatened coastal areas should stay alert for information and follow instructions from national and local authorities where they live. And again, we've had a 7.5 mega earthquake that has hit Tonga, and we don't know what that means other than the fact it was huge and it was only 24.8 kilometers deep, and it has created a tsunami. I repeat, it has created a tsunami. A tsunami wave has been observed, and the tsunami is headed for these coasts: the American Samoa, Cook Islands, Fiji, the French Polynesia, Kermadec Islands, Pkwy, New Zealand, Niue, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tokelau, and Wallis and Futuna. So that area there, so those islands that are within hundreds of miles from the epicenter of this 7.5 earthquake are certainly in danger. The size of the tsunami waves are not known. It is too early to speculate because it just happened. There's been a 5.1 aftershock that has also hit Tonga following this 7.5 megaquake. And now a 5.0 earthquake has hit Brazil. I don't think that one is connected. I do think, though, that immediately after the 7.5 earthquake, Vanuatu region, which is very close, I mean, it's probably about 500 miles away, had a 4.9 earthquake. It probably triggered it as well. But we have got a serious situation. Now, I'm praying to God this is not going to be one of those tsunamis like we saw in on March the 11th, 2011. I remember waking up early in the morning, seeing this earthquake went off, watching a wave, a tsunami wave that was so massive, ended up killing 26,000 people in Japan. I remember that just like it was yesterday. I covered that entire thing. Let's pray to God that's not what we got here, but it's too early to tell. We just don't know. And so I'm gonna, if you guys will stay with me for just a little bit, the 5.1 earthquake in Indonesia as well. Let me get a song. More information's coming. We can update this. And also, this is tied to what looks like an M-class solar flare, which happened and has knocked out radio waves, shortwave radio waves, in that same area. So it's like, is that a coincidence that just happened that way? Maybe, but you know, we've heard Mike around the world talk about this, the connection between solar flares and plasma storms and strong CMEs and earthquakes. We've heard BP Earthwatch, who I think is probably the expert in that area, has for years has put that connection together. And now even some of your leading climatologists and meteorologists and these guys and seismologists that study this have also started to see a correlation. I'll be right back to tell you more about this mega quake and tsunami and the threat on American Samoa, Fiji, and New Zealand.
God, I'm so scared for this crooked generation. You even find faith in the earth when you bring down revelation. Forgive us now the sins of our youth, worshiping the idols that knew everything but the truth. Teach us how to uncorrupt our minds. Show us now while we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street.
How much will we see before the fire falls? Lord, could this really be the last altar call? We need your blood over the doorpost of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love as the praise and worship starts. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah.
We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street.
What a great song. It's on my album, Harmonize and Prophesy, and the song was written by Israel Hall, and Israel helped sing it with me. Just a great song. All right, so we do have breaking news this morning. A mega quake, 7.5. Mega quake, 7.5 has hit Tonga. And a tsunami wave has been observed, and that tsunami is headed towards several island nations. But it is certainly headed toward the American Samoa and Fiji and New Zealand. Now, I have some updated information on this. We don't know how big the wave is yet, but there is a major panic now taking place on the island of Tonga. Big time. Tsunami panic. I've got, let me just see here. I'm just going to play this. Get past the ad here 1 second. Okay, I'm looking at sirens going off. This is in Tonga. After this major mega quake. Don't know what kind of damage, but sirens are going off. There's fires that have broke out. No doubt there's buildings that have been damaged. People are dramatically driving.
Retirement savers?
Driving toward the coast. They're driving away from the coast on Tonga, and they're headed for higher ground right now for fear of this tsunami. This massive earthquake has struck the Pacific Ocean, sparking a tsunami warning. I repeat, a warning, not a watch, because a tsunami wave has already been observed. Fears of a fresh disaster for nearby island nations has also created a massive panic and reaction. This 7.5 magnitude earthquake has rocked the sea around 130 miles southeast of the island of Tonga. Cars, I can see right now, I see pictures of cars for miles driving for higher ground in Tonga, backed up. The earthquake showed buildings shaking violently, sirens going off, and residents fleeing into the streets with absolute sure terror as they assumed that the apocalypse had certainly or has certainly come, and maybe it has for Tonga. The tsunami warnings have been issued also for the American Samoa, according to the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. Hazardous tsunami waves from the earthquake are possible within 300 kilometers of the epicenter along the different coasts of Niue and Tonga. Also, the U.S. Geological Survey say the quake was at a depth of 24.8 kilometers. Footage from Tonga shared on social media shows tsunami sirens blaring as people desperately are headed for higher ground for fear of the tsunami. It comes just months after an unprecedented disaster which saw the entire island wiped out by a tsunami back in January, and currently moving inland and to higher ground to keep safe. They're trying to drive up there, but the roads are blocked in traffic. People are on foot running, others on scooters and bikes. They're trying to get away to get to higher elevation. Tonga is located just 37 miles from the so-called Ring of Fire, a highly geographically active line of tectonic plates surrounding the Pacific. But, of course, under the ocean, there is that massive volcano that erupted and creating a huge explosion that sent ash and plume into space. Some of you remember that one. This is the same area. Now, the Ring of Fire is known for fierce earthquakes and active volcanoes as the plates, the tectonic plates that make up the surface of the earth, crash into each other. Also, Tonga just experienced an earthquake and tsunami warning sirens, and they've been going off ever since that happened this morning about an hour ago. Never knew tsunami like I do now, said one of the residents. But 10 months ago, lush green parts of Tonga turned brown and houses were flattened after a massive volcano, as I had told you, that happened at the volcano of Tonga under the ocean outside of Tonga, then created a tsunami that just flattened parts of the island nation back on January 15th from that massive, enormous explosion with hundreds of times more powerful than all the nukes were dropped on Hiroshima, ripped through the undersea lava spout of the Hunga Tonga volcano. With a blast that could be seen from space, it triggered tsunamis as high as 90 meters or 100 or 270 feet high. 270 feet high, which swept across the Pacific. Now, mega waves crashed into Tonga. Then, along as some hit Fiji, the American Samoa, Vanuatu, and other coastal areas along the Pacific Rim. Damage was reported as far away as New Zealand, Japan, even the United States, and Russia far east, as well as Chile and Peru. Guys, that was just January 15th, 2022. It was the most powerful volcano eruption since 1883 on the planet. Now that same area has had another earthquake, 7.5, and a tsunami has already been observed. The buoys are being, they're right now studying the buoys, trying to get a handle on what this could mean. Pray to God it's not something insane. Pray that this is just waves of maybe 8 to 10 feet or something, and that we don't see massive devastation. But this is very, very concerning. Heidi just woke me up this morning and said, "Hey, this is big. You got to find out. We don't know just how bad it might be, but now, but Wayne, I want to thank Wayne for getting this information to us so that we can cover this. Again, the nations that are right now immediately having a tsunami warning, unbelievable. How many were saved? Yes, they are saved. What they did, MIB 13, YouTube changed the format. Instead of posting all the videos, they make you at the top of the page pick videos or pick live. So when you go to my page, you'll just see the posted videos. But if you want to see the videos that I did that were live, like this one and like Mike from Around the World from last night, at the top of the YouTube page, click where it says live. If you want to see just the videos that get posted that aren't live, it's videos. And they automatically send you to just the videos. Why they did this, why they changed the format, I don't know. But it doesn't help things because it makes people have to hunt down a live video. And if they don't know there was a live video, then how are they going to find it? Unless every time you go to my channel, you go and click on the live. And most videos I post are live. Sometimes I post videos. You know, Bart, my son, BC Begley, sometimes Bart does videos for me because since the stroke, I'm not able to do as much as I used to do. I just can't. But he posts a lot of videos for me to keep you guys up to speed. He also posts all the videos that goes on the app to keep that up to speed. And he does it every day. He does a great job. And those videos will show up. Or my television show that gets pre-recorded and then gets posted, those will show up. But if you want to see all the live stuff I do, you got to click on the live button, okay? Up right at the top, you'll see it. It says home and videos and something. Let me just see what it says, and then I'll get back to what I'm talking about here. Give me a moment. I'll tell you if I can find it. Okay.
Perfect in Acts chapter 2.
Okay, here we go. So if you go to the home page, yeah, you're right. You don't see it where it says videos. You don't see it because these are videos that posted at the home page. But right at the top of my channel page, it says home, then it says videos, then it says shorts, then it says live. If you click on the live, click right on, put your clicker and put it on live, then there it is. You'll see last night's broadcast has been seen 39,000 times. Okay, 39,000 times. The video I did yesterday about incoming asteroids, NASA report, dangerous asteroids, 15,000 times. The video I did yesterday called Israel hits Iran with a massive airstrike, 18,000 times. And right now, we are live, okay? So I should have explained this to people. I don't know why, but this is a YouTube change, and I am on Rumble. I'm on Rumble. This video that we're doing right now will be posted on Rumble. I'm live right now on Twitter. I'm live right now on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube. A lot of times these videos are live at my website. And also, now if your volume is low, it's you, because we have it preset at a high level. So what it means is your volume is down low. And if you say, well, I got my volume all the way up, Paul, I can't hardly hear you, then what you need to do is click on your settings, because your input that allows the sound to come into your computer, your input is low, and you need to raise the level of your input. Yes, I know my sound is perfect. I know it is. We've tested it 1,000 times, and Israel's a genius, and come and set it all for me. But some people don't have their volume turned up, or don't have, for some reason, your settings can get off on you without you doing it. Okay? So, all right. Now, you can't hear the captions because the captions are not speaking. Okay? They're just there. All right? They're just there to read. All right. All right. So we got that settled. Now, let's talk about what's just happened. This mega earthquake. Let's take a look at this quake again. 7.5, followed by a 4.9 in the Vanuatu region, which is right in that same neighborhood. There's been a 5.0 in Indonesia, a 5.1 aftershock in Tonga, and a 5.0 for some reason way over in Brazil, which I don't think is connected to this at all, but still insignificant. So this is what's happened. But the tsunami warning, let me share that with you again. This tsunami warning is huge. What we're going to do is get another song. More information's coming in because we're trying to figure out how big is this tsunami? How big is this tsunami? And what does this mean? So we'll be right back, guys, in just a couple minutes with more information on this. I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. We have more information on this tsunami earthquake. The situation, very big. 7.5 earthquake has hit Tonga, the island Tonga, with a tsunami now headed towards several other nations, including the American Samoa, which is not a nation, but it's our territory, U.S. territory. American Samoa, also Fiji, also New Zealand, and other nations. Okay, yeah, the tsunami, we don't know the exact size of this tsunami yet. It's too early, but a tsunami has been observed, headed toward American Samoa, Cook Islands, Fiji, French Polynesia, Kermadec Islands, Kermadec, New Zealand, Niue, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tokelau, Wallis, and Futuna. Very concerned about the people in Tonga. There's major panic. This was a 7.5 point quake. Sirens going off. People extremely panicking now. Swimmers are told to immediately get out of the water as the earthquake triggered a tsunami near Tonga. The tsunami advisory was issued for the American Samoa, according to the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. Tsunami was hurtling toward the coast of Tonga after a devastating earthquake of 7.5 magnitude struck the region. The earthquake struck in the sea, and Tonga is certainly in range. But we do not know what it's going to do or how big they are or what's going to happen. So we're going to leave this with you, and we'll keep an eye on this and monitor this as the next few hours. More information will probably settle in on this, and hopefully we will not have any catastrophe from this. That's our prayer. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We are running out of time. Christ is coming soon. God bless all of you.